Mali, a country in West Africa, is known for its rich history and vibrant culture. The Niger River flows through its heart, nourishing life and traditions. For centuries, agriculture has been the backbone of Mali's economy. In 2020, General Assimi Goïta came to power amidst political and economic unrest. His administration quickly made agricultural reform a cornerstone of its national development strategy. The goal was clear: improve productivity, livelihoods, and ensure food security for the Malian people. At the heart of General Goïta's agricultural revolution was a series of bold reforms. The government committed to increasing the budget allocated to agriculture. Subsidies on essential agricultural inputs such as fertilizers and improved seeds were introduced. Land reform policies aimed to ensure fair access to land, especially for marginalized communities and young people. Energizing the backbone, supporting Malian farmers. The government started many programs to give farmers the support they needed. Getting money was a big focus, with partnerships to make it easier to get affordable loans. Agricultural extension services played a key role in sharing knowledge and giving technical help. The government encouraged training and strengthening farming cooperatives. By creating a good environment for cooperatives, the government aimed to make farming more fair and sustainable. Reaping the rewards. The first signs of growth. The first signs of General Goïta's agricultural revolution were promising. Key crops like cotton, millet, and sorghum experienced a revival. This increase in production boosted exports and the national economy. The rise in agricultural exports had a positive impact on farmers' incomes. Improved food security in Mali reduced reliance on imports. The government's focus on promoting drought-resistant crops and improving water management contributed to greater resilience. Shifting sands, reshaping the economic landscape. The reforms have gradually reshaped Mali's economic landscape. The growth of agri-food industries has created jobs and boosted economic activity. Improved rural infrastructure has facilitated the growth of non-agricultural economic activities. This has made rural areas more attractive for investment, further stimulating economic growth. Beyond the balance sheet, the human impact of change. The true measure of the reforms was in how they affected the lives of everyday Malians. Improved livelihoods allowed farmers to invest in the well-being of their families. New economic opportunities emerged within rural communities. The reforms brought renewed hope and optimism, especially for the younger generations. A new dawn in the countryside. Social transformation through agriculture. The reforms have boosted social progress alongside economic growth. Improved living standards have allowed farmers to invest in better housing and sanitation. Access to clean water and healthcare has greatly improved. The government's commitment to strengthening healthcare infrastructure has complemented these improvements. New clinics have been built and existing facilities have been modernized. The social fabric is changing. New dynamics in rural Mali. The agricultural revolution has led to significant changes in the social fabric of rural communities. New opportunities have emerged throughout the agricultural value chain. The government has promoted dialogue and conflict resolution mechanisms to manage challenges. The overall impact of the agricultural revolution on social relations has been positive, fostering a renewed sense of community. While General Goïta's agricultural reforms had sparked a glimmer of hope across Mali, the country's progress remained constantly threatened by the looming specter of climate change. The Sahel region, where Mali is located, is known for its harsh and unpredictable climate, characterized by irregular rainfall and prolonged droughts. These climate vulnerabilities cast a shadow over even the most ambitious agricultural initiatives. Farmers, despite all their efforts, often see their hopes dashed by the whims of nature. Their hard-earned harvests decimated by late rains or extended dry spells. The government recognized that combating this existential threat required a multi-pronged approach, going beyond simply increasing agricultural productivity. Investments in climate-smart agriculture became paramount. Promoting drought-resistant crop varieties and training farmers in water conservation techniques allowed them to make the most of scarce water resources. Irrigation systems, although expensive, were gradually expanded, offering a lifeline to communities particularly vulnerable to the vagaries of rainfall. However, the scale of the challenge was immense, often exceeding the capacity of the government alone. International partnerships became essential to bridge the resource gap and bring in technological expertise. Collaboration with organizations experienced in climate-smart agriculture provided valuable insights and resources, helping Mali adapt its farming practices to the new realities of a changing climate. But the fight was far from over. The unpredictable nature of climate change meant that even the best laid plans could be disrupted. A sudden drought could wipe out an entire season's harvest, pushing communities back into the grip of food insecurity. Building resilience to these shocks became a key priority. Grain banks were established, providing a safety net during lean times, while early warning systems were strengthened to provide timely alerts of impending droughts, enabling farmers to take preventative measures. While better roads and transportation have definitely helped many Malian farmers get their crops to market, it's still really hard for farmers in far-off areas. Mali is a big country, and because the roads aren't great, getting crops from the farm to the market is a big problem. A lot of food goes bad, especially fruits and vegetables, before it even gets there. This means farmers don't make much money, and they don't want to spend more money on their farms. This makes it hard for farming to grow in Mali. The government knows that just building roads and bridges isn't enough. They're trying new ideas to help farmers get their goods to market. They're testing cell phone apps that connect farmers directly to buyers. This cuts out the middleman and lowers transportation costs. These apps give farmers up-to-date information on market prices so they can get the best deal for their crops. There aren't many of them yet, but they've built refrigerated warehouses in important farming areas. This helps keep food fresh longer so less of it goes bad. This lets farmers sell their crops over a longer time. They can wait for the best prices and make more money. Farming cooperatives are really important. They help farmers share resources so they can afford things like transportation and storage. But getting money is still a big problem, especially for small farms. It's hard for them to pay for better ways to transport and store their crops. The government knows this is a problem. They're working with banks to help small farms get loans and crop insurance. This helps farmers feel secure enough to invest in their farms and get their crops to market. While modernizing Malian agriculture was key for its growth and sustainability, it also presented the complex challenge of balancing progress with preserving traditions and cultural practices passed down through generations. Many of these traditional farming methods, though deeply rooted in the social fabric of rural communities, were often inefficient and unsustainable in the face of changing climates and market demands. Persuading farmers, especially older generations, to abandon these ancestral practices in favor of new, untested methods proved to be a delicate task, requiring sensitivity and a deep understanding of the cultural nuances at play. The government recognized that simply imposing new technologies and practices from above was unlikely to succeed. Instead, it adopted a participatory approach, engaging with communities, respecting their traditions, and demonstrating the benefits of modern techniques through practical demonstrations and pilot projects. Local knowledge was valued, and efforts were made to integrate traditional practices with modern scientific knowledge whenever possible. Agricultural extension agents played a crucial role in bridging this cultural gap. Coming from the communities they served, these agents understood the local context and were able to communicate effectively with farmers, earning their trust and respect. They acted as intermediaries, patiently explaining the benefits of new techniques, addressing concerns, and demonstrating how these innovations could be adapted to local conditions without compromising the cultural values they represented. The government also recognized the importance of education in shaping attitudes and promoting the adoption of new practices. Agricultural schools and training programs incorporated modules on traditional knowledge and sustainable farming practices, ensuring that the next generation of farmers understood the value of both tradition and innovation. By fostering dialogue, respect, and understanding, the government aimed to guide Malian agriculture towards a future where modernization went hand in hand with preserving its rich cultural heritage. The story of Mali's agricultural revolution under General Assimi Goïta is still being written. The challenges remain huge, from the unpredictable forces of climate change to the deep-rooted obstacles of poverty and underdevelopment. Yet, amidst these complexities, a glimmer of hope shines through, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of visionary leadership. The reforms implemented by the Goïta administration, though still in their early stages, have already begun to bear fruit, breathing new life into a long-neglected sector. The road ahead is long and arduous, filled with uncertainties and potential setbacks. The true measure of success will lie not only in increased agricultural yields and economic indicators, but also in ensuring that the benefits of this growth reach the most vulnerable, uplifting communities and forging a more equitable and sustainable future for all Malians. The world watches with cautious optimism, eager to see if this West African nation can overcome its historical challenges and emerge as a beacon of hope for a continent grappling with food insecurity and the looming threat of climate change. The legacy of General Goïta's agricultural revolution will be shaped by the choices made in the years to come. Continued investment in climate-smart agriculture, coupled with an unwavering commitment to empowering smallholder farmers, will be essential to building a more resilient and sustainable agricultural sector. Equally important will be the need to address the interconnected challenges of poverty, inequality, and climate change, recognizing that true progress demands a holistic approach that leaves no one behind. The future of farming in Mali is inextricably linked to the fate of its people. A prosperous and food-secure Mali requires a thriving agricultural sector, one that provides not only nourishment but also opportunity, enabling communities to break free from the cycle of poverty and build a brighter future for generations to come. The world watches with hope, inspired by the resilience of the Malian people and their unwavering determination to cultivate a future where a green horizon stretches far beyond the boundaries of their fields, a testament to the enduring power of agriculture to transform lives and shape destinies.